Welcome to Women's Meditation Evening at the Nyingma Institute.
A little loud. I can turn it down a little bit.
Am I too loud?
Just the volume. A little bit.
It's a, I can turn down too.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna turn it down in the room. We have a speaker that's a little bit fragile, so.
I believe you. So, hello everyone. And now it looks like there's a few more of us here. My name is Lori, and I am going to lead us this evening in an hour of meditation and practice. Welcome to this session at the Nyingma Institute for those of you who are actually there, and for all of you on Zoom. Some of you I know and some of you I don't, and it's nice to see you. Before we start getting into the rest of the session, I would like to start by offering an intention, an aspiration for this evening's practice. And I'm sure each one of us came here with some intention of why we're here, what we hope to do, what we intend to do. But for this session, may each of us find some comfort and ease while we are practicing. May we relax some of our physical tensions and pain, relax our mental stresses and tensions and pain, and cultivate some freedom during this next hour. When I was thinking of what to do, and I realized that I've missed a few of the sessions of our group, but I've kind of been keeping up. What came to my mind is to think about heroes. In our tradition, the Bodhisattva path is called the path of heroes. And I thought about heroes in my own life. And what I would like to do is to start by to get to know each other just a little bit, introduce ourselves, and say something briefly, if you like, or not if you don't want to, but something about a hero in your own life. And that can be, something very personal. It can be a public figure. It can be religious figures. It can be big heroism, little heroism, but think about that. And I'd like to start. My name, as you know, is Lori. I live in Hilo, Hawaii. If you hear a lot of obnoxious background noise of lawnmowers or something, let me know and I'll turn off my volume while we're practicing. But otherwise, ambient sounds are likely to occur of birds and whatnot. The hero that I think I'd like to mention is the person who answered the phone because she was working the front desk at the Nyingma Institute when I first called in the 1990s. And that I was calling from far away and had hopes and didn't know much of anything, and this person was extraordinarily kind to me and encouraging and put me in touch with other people. They talked to me and welcomed me, which caused me to come to my first retreat, get on an airplane and struggle a little bit to get to the Institute and go through my first week of retreat. But this is someone who gave me an incredible gift for the rest of my life just because of how she answered the phone one day in the 1990s. So that's my hero story. Um, I don't know who, do we, Olivia, do you want to go next? I'm looking at my screen. I can't tell who's who.
Sure. So nice to see you all. I'm here from Vermont, very green, beautiful Vermont. And I am tuning in this evening with a particular intention of kind of watering my root as my own plant because I feel a little disconnect being so far away, farther away than I usually am, but I spend summers in Vermont. And it's just, to begin with, it's just so lovely to see you all and touches my heart. Um, that what a wonderful idea, Lori, to have us bring to mind uh, a heroine in my case, and I'd just like to acknowledge how I feel like this every time I am with this person. She feels like a hero to me, and that's Pema Gellick. That's the daughter, the youngest daughter of Tartang Tulku Rinpoche. Every time I interact with her, whether it's, a 1 second when we're passing each other in the hall or sitting down to discuss something, or she always makes me feel as though she has um, just immeasurable love for me, and I think she does that with everybody, and she has a wonderful um, presence and ability to listen so deeply, and she really touches my heart. So I am so deeply grateful to Pema with all that she has on her plate, all that she does to keep the Nyingma Institute running and to carry out the wishes of her wonderful father, Tartang Rinpoche, and all that she does at Bodh Gaya during the Monlam every year and up at Odeon. And I'm just deeply grateful for her.
Thank you. Sue Ellen, you're on my screen next.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is a first for me. I'm usually in the Berkeley area, but I'm back in the very verdant green Connecticut, close to I can see Olivia through my window. No, I can't. But I'm here for a family reunion. And I love that you started with the intention because it's your blessings of may we all find that kind of nourishment is exactly what my intention was too. It's been a very busy time here, lots of grandchildren. We had a huge wedding at my son's house, and it's been full and very rich. And I so long to have the nourishment of my Sangha sisters to kind of just pull it in a little bit. It's been a lot of external stuff. And just very briefly, because it's an odd subject, but it came right to mind, and I am going to share it with you. The hero right now, I mean, there are so many heroes, it's hard to pick, but because of where I am right now, I brought my grandson suffers a lot from anxiety, and he's 11, and and he got to be a huge Knicks fan, and the Knicks won the NBA championships recently. If none of you know that, I don't know, but it's a big deal to him. And I brought the main guy on the Knicks is a guy named Jalen Brunson, and I bought a small paperback for him about his as a biography. And the reason I did is that he is an extremely righteous model, and I was a mentor, and I was also, and my grandson loves him, and I was also curious myself, like, how does this man keep this kind of center and this poise and this generosity and this kindness that he does on the court. It's he plays a game where he encourages all the other team players to play together, and it's a rare thing. It's such an ego-driven, money-driven market, and it's been wonderful to be able to share some of that with my grandson who, because and if you break it down, I'm telling you guys, all the principles are part of Buddhist philosophy.
Right
And
there.
it's been a kind of astonishing to me to read this book. So Jalen Brunson is now today my hero.
Yay.
Okay,
Thank you.
enough about that. Thank you for
Um,
being here.
Thank you. Deborah, would you like to introduce? You have to unmute.
Yes, I'm Deborah Reed, and uh, I've only been to the Institute once when I was visiting in Berkeley. Berkeley was my hometown, so I go back there often. We have a family home there still. And now I'm in New Mexico where I live most of the time, so I'm participating for my second time uh, online. And hard for me to think off the cuff of a hero, but I do think back to many years ago when I was still in college, and I had grown up in a situation where I didn't fit in with the people I went to school with or the people that I knew when I was young, and even up through the middle of college. And I've always felt that there was something wrong with me. And I remember one day I had run into this woman that I worked with, and whose name was also Deborah. And she was so tolerant and so accepting. And she clearly was happy to be my friend. And um, I realized that there were people in the world with whom I could have a connection like her, and that she uh, was just, as I say, so accepting of me. And it really changed the direction of my life, although she had no idea that simply this greeting that we had walking across campus had this profound effect on me. And ironically, about 40 years later, was it 40? Yeah, 30 or 40 years later, uh, my son was in critical condition in the hospital, and I was looking for uh, he was getting better, and we were looking for post-hospital rehabilitation for him. And I had been given her name as someone who might be able to direct me to this, what we needed. And indeed, she did. And I called her up, and she had no idea. For her, this was just a normal everyday thing. She didn't really remember too much of our time 30 years before. Um, and yet she helped me. So that would be my heroine.
Thank you. Annalise?
Hi everyone, I'm Annalise. And I don't know, I thought the first person I thought of was a hero that in my mind became dethroned many years after he became my hero. So I don't think I want to dwell on this because another person comes to mind, and she's actually a heroine and was my lifelong friend. And she was diagnosed with lung cancer about 8 years ago, and I had always admired her courage. She'd had several really adverse situations in her life, which she was able to master. But this, I think, was, of course, the biggest challenge. And I I feel thankful that she was able to share that time with me. And I was just so thankful for her also allowing me to see her grace in accepting her grave illness. Sometimes with a great sense of humor and sometimes with great sadness. But whatever happened, she was always really graceful about it, and I think that's what really impressed me the most. So, and she's been on my mind more so the last few weeks, as I had a big health scare myself about a month ago, and realizing that I've never had that kind of adversity in my life, and being really thankful for my friend for allowing me to see how she came to grips with death, with kind of the development of that, it was getting closer and closer, and how she carried herself during that time. And I just hope that when my time comes, that I can be as graceful as she was and as accepting. So she's definitely big heroine for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Megan?
Hi,
Hi.
my name's Megan, and I live in Toronto, Canada, same time zone as Sue Ellen and Olivia. Hi there, holla. Um, Heroes. I mean, it is kind of a hard question for me to answer because there are so many people in my life that I still know and that I have known in the past that, embody heroic qualities to me for one reason or another. I would say that at this moment, just because of things that have been happening of late, I would say the Obamas. Oh, how I miss them. But besides that, just looking at everything that has been thrown at them, and they just handle it with such poise and grace and class and intelligence. I mean, how they do what they do and not have 5 panic attacks and go to the ER every day is beyond me. So, yeah, shout out to the Obamas, miss them. And yeah, I would say they're my heroes right now. So,
Thank you. Ruth?
Yes, thank you for doing this. I hope you can hear me. I didn't know you were going to do this, but I went and snatched this picture off of the wall, and this is the late Nellie McCool. I'm not doing this right, but you've got to see her
Okay.
beautiful smile. She lived to 99. I'm going to tell you a little more about her. Very spiritual. I became friends with her through various means. But Annalise touched something for me with Nellie, because Nellie, whose demise at 99 included COVID and other things, had one of what I'd call the best deaths. That she was in Colorado. I wasn't nearby, but I know that she was at peace with what was happening and with her life, and which included being very spiritual and could give. She would be here right now if she could. And she, just to mention some other things you wouldn't guess about this 99-year-old lovely spiritual woman, was one of the first WASPs. Let me see if I got that right. The Women's air armed services pilots in World War II. That she was one of that initial group of women before they were allowed or trained to do that kind of work who did, in part influenced by her brother who was in the military, but wanting to do something which was taking supplies back and forth domestically, to help in what was a very difficult combat. And I just want to mention a couple other things, that when a friend was very ill, we would do meditations together on Zoom, just a lot of things. But she was unusual, and I'm happy to show her picture and to say she's not only a hero, but someone I have on the wall. Thank you.
Thank you. Donna. Um,
Hello, everyone.
hello.
I was thinking about someone who probably is one of the most important people I've ever met in my life, and that's Mary King. Do any of you know her? She is one of the most wonderful people in the world, and she came into my life. Actually, I have two of her doggies, and she came into my life, and then I contracted a horrible, horrible disease, and it was nip and tuck, nip and tuck, nip and tuck, and Mary would come over and we would talk about. We talked about it before I got sick, but she would talk to me about the Dharma, and I've always been, my belief is nature. And we would talk about how close it is and how it overlaps. And then when I did get ill, she would come over and she would have long, long talks with me about this. And then I recovered. And I'm not sure if it didn't have a lot to do with the fact that she had all of the people from Odeon praying for me, because it was not supposed to happen. And I owe Mary King a lot. I love her. I love her too forever.
Thank you. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. Me too. But thank you all. It's good to see you.
Yeah. Linda, did you want to say anything?
So I'm sorry I got here late. So now that you mentioned the Obamas, yes, definitely the Obamas. And I think I would tag on to then Maya Angelou, who was quite an inspiration in my life. When I was young, actually met her family here in Oakland. And two very important statements about her that I really appreciated was the title of her first book, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and Still I Rise. And the Still I Rise is probably the biggest guiding light in my life, despite whatever's happening. And there have been many happenings, particularly with health. Still I rise.
Thank you. Krista, did you want to speak? Okay. Please do if you, I can't see anything, so please do if you decide. Hedian, you're on Zoom, and then we'll go through the people in the room. Hedian?
I'm a staff member here. I'm glad to hear all about your heroes, and I just thankful for your kindness to share your heroes. Thank you.
Thank you. I cannot clearly see the people in the room because I have to, and some of you I don't know personally. Let me pin it bigger, and please speak up.
I can go first just to start us off. My name's Halaya. I'm also a staff member here at NUMA. One of my heroes, just because I was speaking, at the top of my mind, I was speaking with her today. is my grandmother. She, you know, has gone through so much in her life, but and we are very different people. We come from very different backgrounds. We have very different beliefs. You know, she's fully Catholic, has been Catholic, you know, most of her life. But you know, regardless of the differences we have, she holds so much like love in her heart for me, and she's always like she wants me to teach her about like all the meditations that I'm learning, like being here. So she's absolutely my hero. I'm actually when I leave Lima, I'm going to live with her and help her start up the next phase of her life. So I'm very excited and love her very much.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
My hero, my name's Abby and I'm visiting from Colorado. So I've never been here before. And I'm cat sitting actually like for 2 weeks here. And I was kind of like, since I don't know anyone, I was kind of like going crazy. And I texted my friend and she bought a ticket to come like fly out and stay with me for the rest of my time here. So she's my hero right now, and she's a big inspiration to me. I'm new to meditation, but she's been meditating since she was like 15, and I just learned so much from her, and she's my hero.
Great. Thank you.
I guess my name's Marty Kennedy, and I just live down the hill from Enigma in Berkeley. And I would have to agree with so many of the people, especially Megan, who would want being my heroes. But I think right now, all the teachers at the Nyingma, especially Olivia and Sue Ellen, are my heroes or heroines because they've taught me so much over the years and helped me to become a better person, calmer, happier, kinder. So I just would give thanks to all the teachers here at the Nyingma.
Thank you. This took a little longer than I thought it was going to take, and it's so worthwhile to hear the heroic stories. And I would like to open our practice reading something from Tartang Rinpoche, because it's this is from Caring, and it's talking about heroic people and they're taking responsibility for caring and how that taking responsibility plays out. And what he writes is, responsibility for caring manifests in being willing to question our experience. For instance, when tensions arise, we quickly give in to them. Why is that? Why do we accept the truth of their claims? When negative emotions arise, why do we so quickly go along with them? How might we respond differently? In this kind of inquiry, the starting point is inner calm. There are feelings that bubble to the surface like lava flowing from a volcano. But if we approach them gently, simply being aware of what is happening, we can learn to negotiate with our own inner pronouncements. When an emotion has already bubbled over, it is too late to do much about it. But before that happens, we have more choices, more alternatives. Before the resentment and delusion, the frustration and the negative energy, we can enter into a dialogue with the mind that is producing these kinds of reactions. We can engage the mind differently. Before the turmoil of emotionality takes hold, before the full weight of emerging negativity pops into existence and we find ourselves overwhelmed, we need to look with care, calmly searching. Our attitude does not have to be disapproving or defensive. Instead, we can react with sympathy, like a wise counselor ready to offer assistance. And so let's take some time to practice with this. So if you come into sitting, whether you're in a chair or on a cushion, but just find your meditation posture. And typically that will be with your legs crossed if you're on a cushion, your feet on the floor if you're in a chair. Let your hands relax in your lap and your arms just be easy. The back straight but not rigid. The head back just a little bit. The chin tucked slightly. The jaw and the mouth muscles gently relaxed. And breathing through both nose and mouth with the tip of your tongue at the back of your teeth. And just come into your body and feel how it is. First, just notice how you're breathing without feeling the necessity to fix it. Rather, just let yourself breathe in and out. And feel that. As you're settling with your body, notice any place that is holding tension and see if you really need to do that or if it's okay to relax it. Make a little adjustment. Feel the top of your head. The muscles in the back of your head and at the top of your neck. Notice your face. Let your eyes relax. Let your mouth and your cheeks relax. Feel how your neck muscles feel connecting to your chest and your shoulders. Let your shoulders relax. And let your attention move down your arms, slowly moving towards your hands, feeling them on your lap. Feel your chest muscles connecting in with your back. Let yourself adjust a little and relax. Feel your belly down into your butt on the cushion or your chair. Balanced, easy. No need to hold tension. Notice your thighs, your knees, your lower legs, and your feet. And notice your body relaxed and comfortable. And now move your attention and notice the activity of your mind on its own, offering up thoughts or sensations. And when these things come up, let them just dissipate. Say, go the same way they came. But keep paying attention, not with judgment, but with the love and the sympathy of that wise counselor. And be your own best friend. When mental events occur, there's no need to continue the story once you're aware that you're seeing a story. See if you can just let it go. Look gently with curiosity. Notice when you try to control and let go of that too. Like the heroic people that have been in our lives, that offered us love and acceptance and guidance and caring. Offer that to yourself. Cultivating that quality. Bring your attention to the heart area, the heart center, somewhere in the center of your chest. Feel the energy there. And let that grow. Proliferate. Feel the edges of your body sitting on the cushion. And feel the edges of your energy. Does the energy stay in the confines of your body? Or is it bigger? Let it be however it is. And as your heart is open and expanding, bring to mind someone you care deeply for. And wish for them all the happiness, all the peace, freedom from pain, misfortune, all the joy and opportunity. And let your caring move that energy towards this person. Share in their delight. Now bring to your mind someone that you know and you don't have very strong feelings about. There's someone in your life more or less a neutral person. And envision them with that same happiness. That same caring, wishing for good, prosperity, health, joy. For this person that you might not even know that well. And as that has developed, now bring to mind someone that annoys you, someone you really would rather not have to spend very much time with. Not an arch enemy, not a destroyer of the world, just someone who is really a bother in your life. And again, wish that person all the happiness. Extend that caring energy directed towards that person. And see them prosper, be healthy, enjoying their life. Maintain that caring energy extending from your heart, extending out from your body. And with that feeling of expansion, extend the caring wish for happiness to everyone, to all beings, in all time, all places. Expanding without end. And now we can let go of this practice and come back. Come back together. is Rinpoche gives us some guidance in cultivating these practices to be heroic are not always easy. And he says, if you know you are sick, you need to call doctors and healers. It is the same when you call on the enlightened ones. They come directly to respond. They are dedicated to goodness, right action, right virtue. And our ignorance can be cleared away with the blessings that come on our behalf. When a task is beyond us, we can pray, I need your help. By invoking prayer, we become agents of the Bodhisattvas on a mission of caring. The power of blessing comes because of their caring. They tell us, be aware of caring, help others, embody goodness. They remind us we can care as much as they do. There's an important role for our cognitive minds in the work of caring because paying attention, noticing, is at the base of caring. Therefore, we need to be conscious of our caring and care carefully. Preparation and conscious attention on the cognitive level can spare us much disappointment. In the end, conceptual instructions like pay attention are mind's expressions, its thoughts. Even having the intention to care is still an operation of mind. We need more than that. We need heart. The heart will lend its power, intelligence, and encouragement to all we do. We could call this way a secret path, for it is deeply personal and is not about external shows of religious feeling. We do not seek to convert others to our way of life. We are simply messengers of caring. And so if you'd like to join me, I'd like to chant Om Ahum 3 times to dedicate any merit of this practice that we've done together for the benefit of all beings.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for joining
Thank you
together
so much.
today
Thank you.
and
Thank
doing this
you.
together.
Thank you so
Beautiful.
much.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Really beautiful, Lori. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.